Hi, I will be speaking to you about family history. I enjoy doing family history in my free time rather than playing video games or watching TV or movies. Family history is very interesting, fun, and even educational. To prove this point, I will share a story of my ancestor Edward Partridge. Edward Partridge was a well-educated man, and he was a successful hatter, and he lived in Painesville, Ohio, with his wife and 5 kids. One day, 4 people came to his house, and they taught him the gospel of Jesus Christ, and they brought with them another testament of Jesus Christ. And from that point onward, his life was changed. His father's family rejected him. His own family suffered a lot of hardship and poverty. And he also became a victim of mob violence. I will share a story of the mob violence. Edward Partridge was violently taken from his home and brought out and surrounded by hundreds of people of the mob. And they stripped him of his clothes, and they tarred and feathered him. But he bore it with much resignation and meekness. And he is so filled with the Spirit of God that he has love for his persecutors. He even for everybody else. I can learn so many inspiring and uplifting and powerful things from my ancestors. To prove to you, I will show you how I pulled powerful principles from this lesson from this story of my ancestor. I can be like my ancestor and stand up for what I believe, even if it's hard, and I can bear my hardships with meekness and resignation. And I also can love my persecutors and everybody else. And there are many more things that you can learn from your ancestors. You can study the choices they made and who they became because of the choices they made, who they married, where they moved, what religion they joined, and what type of person they became from those choices. I do most of my family history and on familysearch.org. I read stories and I look at pictures of my ancestors, and I have fun going back on the lines and seeing how far I can go. And a couple times I even went clear back to Adam and Eve through Ephraim, and I thought that was kind of cool. I really think family history is a lot of fun, and it is very good to learn about your ancestors because they are the people you are descended from, and you should really study them. It's like it is history. It is your history. So it is very important to study about your ancestors. I really, really would encourage you to study about your ancestors. It is a lot of fun, and it's a lot of fun. And I shared with you a story of my ancestor and how you can pull powerful principles from your ancestors' stories and apply them to your life and have fun. And I would really encourage you to try it out. It's a lot of fun. Thank you for listening.